What's up, YouTube? Coming home, and there is a package. Dun, dun, dun. Hohner. KHS Nashville. So today we're gonna open this package from Hohner. This is my yearly harmonica shipment that they give me. At least I think it's some of it. Got my little knife here. Kate just got attacked by a gato. Kate's getting attacked. Here we go. Alright. So we got some harps. One deluxe in E. Another Marine Band Deluxe in E. C sharp Deluxe. Crossover B flat. C crossover. G Deluxe. G Deluxe. G Deluxe. G crossover. So I don't think I ordered that many G's. We'll talk about Welcome back, YouTube and Patreon. You're going to see a completely different video than YouTube did. Subscribe today. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free harmonica lessons and product reviews. And today we got a Hohner unboxing video. On Patreon, if you're interested, there will be a much longer video where I'll talk more about what it's like, you know, how I came up and how I got to the place where people send me free harmonicas and other free stuff too. And how long did that take and all that. So anyway, but right here, we're just on YouTube. We're just going to get into the nitty gritty and open these harps and play them a little bit. So anyway, this one is in E. This is a Marine Band Deluxe. So one cool thing about being with Hohner is normally you can't get the Deluxe unless you get it from Rock and Ron, who's a great guy to get it from. So they're cool. They come in this. I've been told that the box is a theft prevention device. Right? It's easier. It's harder to kind of walk around with that. Although this shirt makes it look pretty natural. Boy, am I in a mood today. All right, here we go. Opening it up. Comes with a little discount card. Some instructions, right, that I never read as a kid. But these are new, improved instructions. They tell you like how to take it apart and stuff, and put it back together. So I really need an E right now. And this is completely stock, as you can see. I just opened it up. What's the difference between a deluxe and a crossover? Namely, the tuning. The tuning is these are a little bit closer to just intonation, meaning the chords sound better, but the single notes are not quite as in tune as the crossover. And then, of course, the golden melody is the one where the single notes are perfectly in tune, but the chords don't sound as good as a crossover or a deluxe. Okay. Now, a lot of people ask me, a lot of people think that Hohner sends me better harmonicas than the ones that you guys get. That's definitely not true. they're all good, right? But like if I get one that needs work, that's just as common as if I buy it from the store. Okay, so it's in the box. They have, they're not taking apart the box and working on the harmonica for me. I am not that important to them. Okay, I'm sure I'm kind of important if they send me boxes of stuff, but they believe in their product. Let's turn the ceiling fan off. All right, we're back. I'm going to play it. I'm going to see how it feels, if it's in tune, and if it can overblow and overdraw right out of the box. We'll find out. Now, so I'll do a little work on that 6 overblow. Watch this, right? Don't try this at home, kids. This is how easy this is, though, once you've been doing it a while. Hey, everybody. I'm interrupting this video. It's the next day. I'm in the process of editing it. And even though in this video I've put a bunch of disclaimers and links below to all kinds of other videos that are more in detail about how to customize harmonicas, I just want to say, I want to stop the video right now and say, go look at those. Order the books, watch the other videos, look at the detailed, better camera shots. I don't have the means here to get those kind of shots to really show you. I want to tell you, do this on an old harmonica first. Don't take your brand new Hohner and mess it up until you got the technique down a little bit. Now, there's very little that you can do short of bending, really bending or breaking a reed that you can't come back from. But it's going to feel like you can't come back from it at the time when you do it, and it's going to frustrate you, and you're going to feel horrible because you just hurt something that you love, you know. But after a little while, you'll gain the confidence. Not only the subtlety and the nuance of the amount of pressure, the amount of tweaking, all of that, but you'll know that you can fix something if you go overboard on that subtlety, if you don't use that subtlety. If you're switching from one brand to another is completely different. A Suzuki Manji is going to take a lot more pressure like on an emboss than a Hohner. Same with reed arcing, same thing. Different with a Seidel, different with a Lee Oscar, different with a Kong Shen, different with a Harmo, different with whatever it is that you're working with. It's going to be different. So just take that into account. And remember, really, do all the investigating you can. But also remember, if you got an old harmonica that's broken, that's terribly out of tune, try some tuning on it. Try some embossing on that one. What's the worst that can happen? You make it worse than it was, which was unusable? That's the worst thing that can happen. The best thing that can happen is you fix it. I had an entire box of harmonicas once after I learned how to tune and adjust the action and clean them and all that kind of jazz. I mean, I must have all of a sudden had 60 harmonicas just at my disposal ready to go. So, give it a shot, be patient. Check out the links below that I put to all of the wonderful videos. Check out Richard Slay's books. There's a ton of information there. Pat Misson, overblow.com, all kinds of resources, all kinds of websites, stuff I never had coming up that you can exploit and enjoy and use for your own benefit to fix your harmonicas. Working on harmonicas, which we're going to do. I'm just showing you I'm just giving you an overview of what I do. I'm not showing you how to do it in this video. I'm just showing you the process and that it doesn't take that long. And most importantly, I'm showing you that the Hohners are pretty darn good right out of the box and you don't even need much. Okay, that's enough. Back to the video. Take me a little dentist pick. Gonna put it in. Now, me putting my finger in my ear, that's from being on stage. That's just a habit from being on stage when the band is playing. And I do that, and I put my finger in my ear so I can hear it. Because sometimes I'll be doing that during a guitar solo or something to get the harmonica working again. That's just a habit from years and years of being on stage. Overdraw. Nope. So I could probably get that overdraw too, right?
Same way. Again, what I'm going to do after the video is take it apart and really do it. But let's just see if I can get it right now.
Lighting is really important. Ah! Almost, right? Yeah, really, really close. Oh! Wow, there it is. So, but anyway, with a little work going inside. See how important it is to learn how to do stuff to your own harps, you know, even without being an overblower. But anyway, the harmonica sounds fantastic. Really, really sounds great. The chords sound amazing. Needed this one. Probably gonna put one of these Tom Halchek combs I got on it. Okay, here they are. Got a nice green golden melody one. And we got 3 others. So a nice phenolic resin. Might have to use this new one, right? I forgot what these are. Tom will tell me later. They're pretty cool, right? I'll probably have to use one of these new ones right there. There we go. Let's do it. Okay, I did a little work on that E, and here it is. I painted a little E on it, and I just put a little nail polish, just a little nail polish over it. And you got to dab it so that the paint doesn't run. There's that overdraw. Yeah, it plays great now. Very, very nice, right? So just a little bit of work, and I could even do a little more work on that overdraw. The 7 overdraw is really the trickiest one to get. I couldn't help it. I had to do more work on it. Now it's easy. See, there's still like in my head, there's still like a few little things I could do, like maybe a little more embossing on 3. Maybe not. Anyway, it just goes on and on and on. You can do too much, believe me. All right, let's do another one here. See that new comb on there? Looks nice, huh? The original combs are great. You don't need one. You don't need a fancy one, but they are nice, and I do think they play better. But they play great on the regular ones. All right, here's this one. So this one's a B flat. So I'm opening up the ones I actually need right now. And this one is a crossover, right? Yeah, this is a crossover. It plays great. Little work on the 6 overblow. It still overblows. There's the 4. All of them. Everything except the 7 overdraw. All right, so I'll do a little work on it, right? It really doesn't need much. I'm going to do a little work on the 4, 5, and 6, and 7 overdraw, and let's just start that. And let's see, so I'm just going to go in here with the pick. Now, hear that noise? I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. So let's take it apart. Screws in here so I don't lose them. So what you do when that happens is you get the nail polish, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny dab. Where's 4? Right there. I'm going to put a tiny dab right on the ends of the reed, right there where the reed meets the rivet. Okay, right where the reed meets the rivet, that little square. Let's get that in focus. Can we get it in focus? Anywhere? All right, you get the idea. I'm going to show you. I can't get a good camera angle as I would like. Now, I take no responsibility if you mess up your harmonicas. Okay, so I just took the nail polish and I put like a tiny little droplet right where the reed, you see that? You see those droplets right there? They're not very even. I didn't even do a good job, but that'll probably cut it. And if it impedes the reed from vibrating at all, I'll just take my nail and scrape it off and plink the reed until it works. But it probably won't. And I did both the draw and blow sides. All right, so for either overblow or overdraw on hole, and I just did 4, 5, 6, and 7. Probably good to do all of them, right? Just so they all sound the same, like so one doesn't ring better than another. Anyway, here's the other comb. I'm gonna take that, let it dry, and then I'm gonna do a very light embossing job on it, and then put the new comb on it. and adjust the action or the offset, whatever you want to call it, and we'll be right back. Here's my little embossing tool. Now, because the camera isn't gonna be able to, I'm not gonna be able to get a good angle, and I can't hold my phone right. There's plenty of videos besides this. I'm just showing you like what I do, like my personal method of like, so I take a harmonica out of the box that's good enough to play on stage, and I make it just something that I want to have for the rest of my life. And I'm just telling you, I only need like 15-20 minutes per harp, right, to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this embossing tool, I'm going to get a little oil from my nose for lubrication, and I'm just going to lightly rub it on the reed slot. I'm going to depress the reed with my finger like that so that it sits down in the slot. See that? See how it comes up like that? And then I push it. It's kind of hard to get focused. That's why I don't do these videos. And then I'm just going to rub it on there with like a little bit of pressure. Here we go. And I'm just going to, so I'm only going about 3/4 of the way down the reed slot. I think I might have just buried it. Buried it is when you emboss it too hard. Even though you can't see what I'm doing, I'm going to try to show you. The only difference between what I'm going to show you and what I'm actually doing is I have this on a solid table, okay? So, but this is what I'm doing. I take the reed and I put it on the solid table, okay? And then I take the embossing thing. This is just a tuning fork. I suppress the reed down, right, with my finger on the table. Of course, everything is going to be on the table. It's just you can't see it. And then I do the nose grease thing, and then I suppress it so that I don't damage the reed while I'm doing it. And then I just rub with some degree of pressure up and down the slot. And my finger stops it from going too far. I'm probably actually doing it good enough right now. And then that's what it works. That's how it works. So that's how I emboss. Again, I am not responsible for any harmonicas. You mess up, do it on your old one. More nose grease. I don't know where I learned that from. I can't remember. All right, so I did that reed. Now see, look, see the, okay, see how a couple of them are like, yeah, oh, the two draw is stuck in there, right? So I can get that. Usually I can just plink it out. If I plink it out, I have this little plinker here. This one's from Richard Slay, and I just do that until it makes a ringing sound, like that. If it makes that sound, I know it'll play. Now I can check that if the nail polish is too much, the same way. And it's not. Let's hope I got that buzz out though. The reason I took it apart, right? Okay, let's do the same thing here. Oh wait, I don't think I embossed this one. Just a real light embossing job. You don't need much anymore. In the old days, you needed a lot. Now you don't. All right, I'm gonna adjust the action, and I'll be right back. Okay, I did a little work on it. So I did the embossing, and I actually embossed the tip of the reed slot with a knife too. Something I do sometimes. I have to show you that in another video. I don't know if there is a video on YouTube about that, but it's just basically just the tip of the slot right there. Or, you know, I gotta do everything backwards on camera. Anyway, you just do that, and you do it on the side of the reed only. So now I'm putting the screws back on, and we're gonna give it a shot in a minute. All right, the next part I'm gonna show you is probably the most important thing that I'm gonna tell you. So let's see. So how I get it even, right? How do I make sure that the reed slots are even? Well, they're not now. So what I do is make sure all the screws are kind of loose. They're in there, but they're loose. Right, and then that one's not in there. All right, they're They're in there, but I'm loose, and I just lie it flat, like this, on the table. So I lie it flat on the table, and then just kind of screw them in, not all the way tight, but a lot tighter than they are, just to keep it in place. Try not to move it around too much, and then boom, pretty damn even. All right, so now that it's even, I've checked it, I'm gonna tighten them up a little bit. Tighten them in a row. Let's see, make sure there's no air leaks. Natural light is the best friend you can have. All right. All right, so now I told you the most important part. Don't screw the covers on. Just put them on and hold them on. That way, if you need to do any work, you can just take them off with your hands. You don't have to unscrew them. So that reed right there was a little over embossed, and you hear it stick. So how I got it unstick was I just bent it. And it stuck because a little burr of metal caught on it. And then when the reed started vibrating, it knocked that off, probably into my lungs. So what? All right, let's check the rest of the harp. Now the sixth draw. It's fine. And that 6 overblow is great. I also put a little arc in the reed. The 7 overdraw is a little squeaky, or the 7 draw is a little tight. But the 7 overdraw is so easy that I can just bend it. I'm just going to loosen that 7 draw up using my dentist pick. I'm just going to raise the action up on that a little bit and see if that helps matters. Should still overdraw, but hopefully now I'll get the 7 draw a little better. While I'm at it, I'm going to take the 6 up a little. 6 draw. Let's see if that helped. Again, just gonna hold them on, right? Not gonna screw them on yet, because the second I screw them on, I'm gonna have to go in there and do something different. Now it's like butter, but will it overdraw? Yes, but not quite as well. Not bad. And see, once I put the cover screws on, it might play a little better. Maybe I shouldn't tighten it back up. Yeah. Let's go for broke. We're gonna tighten it back up a little bit and see if we can get the best of both worlds. Just dropping it down a little closer to the cover plate with my little pick. Man, when I was young, I could see so good. Now, even with the glasses, I have a hard time. All right, let's see. Take a look at everything else. Looks pretty good. I'm going to tighten the action a little bit up on 1, 2, below, a little on 5. All right, let's see. One more time. Again, we're not going to tighten them yet, even though we're sure, or I'm sure, that it's pretty close. There it is. Now I got the best of both worlds. I'm confident I'm going to tighten it back up. I'm going to put the covers back on. I'm only going to use 2 screws instead of the 4 that I'm provided with. Why? Well, because eventually I'm going to have to get back into this thing. I'd rather take 2 out than 4, and I don't think it really needs the 2. Why don't I think that? Well, Joe Falisco only used 2. So I'm sure Joe thought about it a lot more than I did. The comb is flat sanded really well from Blue Moon, so I probably don't. Not getting any air leaks. I didn't see any when I held it up to the light. Nothing, right? So I don't think I really need that extra screw in the back. Unless it just bugged me from looking at the open hole there, right? Oops, almost lost it. Right there, that little open hole might bug you. Just want to see a screw in it just for obsessive compulsive or completion reasons. So now that I got the screws back in, it's going to play a little better. Now, some of the adjustments I made may be too much because the screws are in there now. Now, I like to use these braces that Tom Halchek has right here to keep these from getting squished. But I'm all out of them already. Tom, send me more. Oh, hear that little buzz? Now, how I'm going to get rid of it instead of going in there and backing up the embossing, which is another video I could show you, you just take a shim and go in there and just shave it a little bit. The other way that's a lot faster than that is to grab a bend and really work that bend. I do this little alien sound. I go like, yeah, 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 while I'm bending. And that'll get rid of it some of the time. Let's get that 10 double bend, right? Now, oh, a little squeak. Now let's go for the half. I can do better. That's harder than any overblow. Trying to get that half step. That squeak. See, I should have put some nail polish up there. And see, that nail polish will get rid of that on a bend too. Well, I'll probably do that. Maybe. Right? I might just blow it hard at the show. Anyway, now it's a very, very good harp. It started off as a great harp. But now it's on fire. All right, so I'm gonna paint my little B flat on it. Paint pen here. The key is to go fast. You gotta go be kind of reckless. Right there. If you try to go slow, you'll mess up. You gotta just have confidence. Let that dry for a second. Dab it with some nail polish. Paint is dried enough that I'm gonna dab it with some nail polish. So I mean dab it. If you stroke it, that paint's gonna come off. So you gotta get a lot, unlike putting it on the reeds, on the reed ends near the rivet, you gotta get a lot on this one, right? So I'm gonna get it on, I'm gonna dab my B, and I'm gonna dab my little B for the flat. It's not running. It's not quite as bright as it was either. And then I just get the rest of the harp, being careful not to stroke it, and rub off that B flat. I'll show you real quick. I don't want it to drip. Right there, see? And that's how a Mooncat does his harp. We'll let it dry. So, I don't know if it's dried yet, probably not. I'm just gonna try not to touch it. I almost touched it. You guys notice my thumb. Sometimes people ask me if I'm playing a chromatic because my thumb's always moving. I keep it here over the harp because that's how I was taught by Madison Slim when I was a kid. He said, this is how little Walter held the harmonica, like that. And then when I go up, I move it. And then it just moves up. I can actually smell the nail polish right now, so I know it's not dried. It's so good. It really is so good right now. Let me see if I can get that faster. Now, sometimes with the overdraws, if I want them fast, I got to hit it a little harder. I'm trying to avoid that nail polish. I hope I'm not too close to the mic. I've been making that mistake a lot with my videos. You don't have to bend stuff too hard either, like even 4. You don't have to bend it that hard. It's a big mistake I make a lot. It's perfect. Anyway, really good and pretty damn in tune from the factory too. I like the crossover again for the tuning because it's a little bit more like a Golden Melody, but not quite. He still has that nice low chord. But when I'm playing third, that still sound a little flat. So I could tune that up a little for me. That note. And the way this one came out, less is more on the tweaking. Hohner has done such an amazing job lately in getting the tolerances better for overblows and bends and just general playability and the air tightness and everything that you really don't have to do barely anything. The work that I'm doing now on this harmonica, you probably do not need to do on your harps, okay? This is for like advanced kind of overblow playing, or just me having been playing 30 years being like super picky about it. Very, very, very nice. All right, that's the video. Appreciate it. Now, if you like this and you want more, you want to find out what it's like being endorsed, what it's like, how that happened, how I came up, and all of the stuff. Some of this stuff I can't really say on YouTube. Hop over to Patreon, check me out. I'm going to tell it all over there. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Jason Ricci's YouTube channel. 16 years of incredible YouTube harmonica-related content. That's right, 16 years. At this point, over 500 free instructional videos. If you're interested in what kind of harmonicas I play, microphones, amplifiers, pedals, any harmonica related products, please check out my sponsors. These sponsors, in one way or another, also help keep these videos going. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Blue Moon Harmonicas, bringing you the best in custom harmonicas. We got custom cover plates, custom combs, you can get your name put on it just like me. Reed work, refurbished pre-war Marine bands. Look at that, they put the little brace there, no more crushing the covers. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, the very best in pedals, microphones, almost anything you need for your amplified harmonica need. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, right here out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana. We got you. Harp gear, amplifiers. They got big ones, they got small ones. You know what they sound like? They sound like the best tube amps on the market. Harp gear amplifiers out of Ocala, Florida. Pedal pad, pedal boards. Incredible custom pedal boards built to last, made by two brothers who really, really care. Hohner harmonicas. A Mooncat loves the Hohner harmonica. I like the Marine band. I get Tom to put the little special 20 cover plates on it. He tricks them out, but they play great right out of the box. All of these sponsors are linked below in the description box. What else is linked below? Patreon. Consider becoming a Patreon patron. You'll be supporting me. You'll be supporting the cause. You'll be keeping these videos free for everybody. And you'll get a lot of extra content over at Patreon. You'll get vlogs, occasionally some extra lessons, some posts that you might not see on Facebook. A lot of stuff that I can't say or won't say here on YouTube is over on Patreon. I love my Patreon family. You guys are the best. If you're not into the monthly subscription, you can also give me a one-time tip at Venmo or PayPal below too. I'm a touring musician and I play all over the country, really all over the world with all kinds of different acts. Check out my website, www.mooncat.org. In all seriousness, YouTube, Patreon, my sponsors have absolutely changed my life. Subscribe below, set reminders for the videos. Don't miss any events. Every single Friday there's a free harmonica lesson and a lot more. Even if you're just subscribing, you're helping me a lot. Those of you that are joining me on Patreon, you guys are helping me to make better decisions with my career. In all sincerity, thank you so much, YouTube, for just an incredible, incredible outlet. It's a video diary. I get to look back at 16 years of these videos. I had a lot of new friends, some really fine musicians, made some great contacts in the industry, and it's all because of you. Thank you, my harmonica family.